You arrive in Egypt with sand in your boots and centuries of questions in your head. The spring of 2022 marks the beginning of what seems like another routine excavation, just a minor crack at the base of a temple near Taposerus Magna, 20 miles west of Alexandria. The air is dry, heavy with dust, and the quiet hum of forgotten time. No one expects to find anything of note. After all, this temple has been combed over before, catalogued, documented, left behind. But then a hollow echo is heard beneath the ancient stones, a space car-sized hidden in solid bedrock, not marked on any blueprint, not mentioned in any scroll, a mystery that has slept undisturbed for over 2,000 years. What starts as a simple investigation soon transforms into the most electrifying archaeological discovery of the century. A sealed limestone door etched with Greek and Egyptian symbols opens into a passage untouched by time. Behind it, a chamber, a sarcophagus, a woman's remains adorned in gold. Artifacts that whisper of royalty, of ritual, of secrecy. And then her name, Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt, the woman who ruled empires, shattered alliances, and became legend. For millennia, her final resting place was lost to history. Until now. This is the story of that discovery, a tale buried beneath sand and secrecy, encoded in ancient scripts sealed in resin and gold. It's a journey through mystery, ambition, and the collision of myth and science. And at the center of it all is you, an explorer of the past, standing at the edge of truth, preparing to lift the veil on Egypt's greatest enigma. You are there, part of a team of international archaeologists, standing under the sweltering Egyptian sun. It's the spring of 2022, and the site Taposerus Magna Temple lies 20 miles west of Alexandria. The air hums with dust, hope, and silence. The locals know little about this mysterious ruin. To the untrained eye, it's just another ancient structure long since weathered by time. But something has brought you here, a whisper from the past, hidden within a crack in the temple's northern foundation. What started as a routine reinforcement operation quickly shifts when a minor fissure in the stone reveals something odd. The second week in, you're running echo sounders across the base when one pings back, strange. An empty space lies beneath. It's the size of a car. Unexpected. Excitement stirs. According to the ancient blueprints, nothing should be there. Dawn breaks and the entire team is there, crouched on the dry ground, brushing aside sand millimeter by millimeter. You feel it in your chest, something is different today. After 3 grueling days, your fingers strike a surface, flat limestone. Another day of careful brushing, and finally it emerges, a door carved seamlessly into stone. No hinges, no handles, just an outline wrapped in faded symbols. Some are Egyptian hieroglyphs, others Greek letters. Then your breath catches. A profile is etched within one circle, a woman, narrow nose, high forehead. The face is unmistakably familiar. You've seen it on coins. Cleopatra. A few of your colleagues begin clearing plaster while others snap high-resolution photos. Tablets flicker to life. Within hours, images begin circulating through private scholarly circles. Then a call slices through the camp. Stop everything. The Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities is on its way. For 2 days, no one breathes easy. Security circles the dig. The find is shrouded in tarps. Everyone waits. When the ministry officials arrive, their expressions shift from curiosity to awe. This isn't just a wall, it's a hidden doorway, one that doesn't appear on any record. You're ordered to proceed with extreme caution. No drills, no breaks, just precision. Micro-explosives are brought in tiny charges designed to lift without destruction. After 3 hours of delicate work, the impossible happens. A click, a shift. The stone moves. Behind it lies a passageway, tight, unlit, silent. You're among the first to step inside, flashlight and mini camera in hand. The corridor is so narrow, you must edge sideways to pass. Under your feet, the clay feels ancient. The walls, their painted frescoes layered in Egyptian and Greek pigments. You press on. 15 feet deep, the passage ends. And there it is. A square room untouched, silent since the day it was sealed. Gold panel fragments scatter across the floor. Against the far wall sits a low sarcophagus. It's covered in intertwined Egyptian and Greek symbols. Phones start ringing. Museums, universities, researchers across the globe are desperate for details. You glance around. The air feels charged, as though you're standing in the middle of history moments before it rewrites itself. Inside this hidden chamber, everything is wrong and right. This isn't just another temple room. It's something far more intentional. A secret place masked for centuries. A sanctuary. Possibly a royal tomb. As you step in, the air is heavy, humid. The ceiling drips slightly, and an oily, sacred smell fills your nose resin, maybe. Your flashlight flickers across stone slabs lining the walls, and then your eyes fall on it, the sarcophagus glistening flawless. Time has waited for someone. You. Cameras are raised, every surface photographed. The sarcophagus cover is strange. Greek letters, serpents, no visible fasteners, just snug bronze wedges. Near the base, wooden fragments of an old casket lie fastened with gold nails. You bend down. Laurel sprigs, long wilted. Nearby, you uncover a lotus petal glazed in gold and wrapped in decayed cloth. The sealant along the sarcophagus edge isn't wax or clay, it's frankincense mixed with resin. Rare, ritualistic, preserved like a relic. You and your team begin the process of opening it. Hours pass. Blades glide millimeter by millimeter. Finally, with the last wedge loosened, everyone holds their breath. The lid shifts. You lift it. And beneath a skeleton. Female. Preserved. Gold bracelets hammered flat decorate her arms and ankles. You recognize the designs. Tiamat period. Her hands crossed in a peculiar pose, unknown to even Hellenistic burials. Her skull profile unmistakable, a long nose, high forehead. You've seen it in statues, in coinage, a match. At her feet, a small golden mask lies tucked into the shadows. Its face bears a blue gemstone on its forehead, a cobra engraved above the brow, then a bone box tiny hidden beneath the coffin's edge. Inside, shards of what appears to be a child's bones, fabric-wrapped. A mirror, vials. Some still contain oily residue. Others powder gold dust, rare minerals. You kneel. A slab lies low near the chamber's far edge, hiding something. You lift it. Ash. Beneath that vertebrae and small teeth. A child, 8, maybe 9. A bronze amulet rests nearby. Isis. Gold beads. Everything points north toward the Nile Delta, burial customs that fit the Greco-Egyptian elite, but not a royal tomb, not quite. Then hidden in a dark niche near the sarcophagus, you find something unexpected, a charred strip of papyrus. Hours pass as fragments are gently lifted. You peer at the faded writing, a mix of Egyptian and Greek characters. One name leaps off the page, Cleopatra. Fires once burned here. Ceremonies happened. The walls are stained with it, ritual precision mourning. The entire room is a puzzle box. And now that you've opened it, you can't turn away. Not now. Because what you've found may very well change what the world believes about Egypt's last queen. You're still standing in that room, but now every surface seems to whisper. After the sarcophagus is opened, the chamber feels even more alive. Your eyes are drawn to a glimmer in the corner tucked within a carved niche on the wall, a box. Not just any box. This one is different. It's ornate, covered in delicate reliefs and golden filigree decorated with faces, female, tiny, expressive. One profile catches your breath. That same familiar high forehead, curved nose. The resemblance is uncanny. You've seen that face before, on Cleopatra's coins. Gold beads run like a crescent moon across the top of the box, each one so precisely formed it could have been made by a modern jeweler. You open it carefully. Inside, nestled in the dust of centuries, are amulets, gold glass, fragile. Each one bears Cleopatra's name etched in Greek. Flip them over, and the Egyptian Wajet symbol protection power greets you. The fusion of cultures, Egyptian and Hellenistic, is undeniable. Near the box stands a golden vessel, unlike any you've seen in prior tombs. It rests on a stone pedestal, its neck adorned with a gilded serpent, an oval relief of a crowned female figure, a cobra, atop her head. You lift the lid. The scent hits, first dried resin, pungent and rich. Inside are shimmering flecks of lapis lazuli and mica. At the bottom lies a small gold ingot shaped like an unrolled scroll. There it is again, Cleopatra's name in 2 scripts. You sift through small shards nearby. Beneath them, an amulet crafted from frosted glass. A woman's head, her features delicate noble. The words "Divine Cleopatra" encircle the band in Greek. The amulet is tiny, no more than half an ounce, but it radiates a beauty only found in masterpieces of Hellenistic Egypt. Behind it, another treasure. A bronze ring, likely Etima craftsmanship, shaped like a boat. But it's the inside that stuns, a miniature portrait carved in white jade. The hairstyle, the jewelry, it's her again. Cleopatra, as she appears on coins during her reign. The ring could only fit a woman's finger, or perhaps was meant to be worn as a pendant. More items emerge from the shadows. A medallion made of cobalt blue glass encased in gold. A woman holding a papyrus scroll in one hand, a figurine of Horus in the other. Flip it over, she's seated, draped in a long robe, a lion at her feet. You know this scene doesn't exist in any recorded Hellenistic medallion. Then a gold hairpin. At the tip, a coiled snake immortality. Blue glass inlays glimmer with Greek text. You translate the words. They are epithets tied directly to Cleopatra in historical records. Nearby, a red agate container hides another marvel, a clay seal. Etched on it is a woman in a royal diadem, dual scepter in hand, with the goddess Isis beside her, wings spread wide. There's no doubt anymore. These visuals, these artifacts, none of them belong to any known common burial. They scream royalty. They whisper Cleopatra. And yet some items aren't grand. A wooden stylus with a golden sheath. A mirror modest in size, but its inscription in Greek makes your heart race, Cleopatra's eternal message. Near the floor, partially covered in dust, you spot a thin silver platter. Embossed upon it, a double-headed eagle. Hellenistic, a symbol of empire, power, and legacy. The fusion continues on every object. Egyptian deities, Greek lettering, royal titles, religious symbols. Some names are recognizable, Cleopatra, others less so, but still connected through iconography and style. This isn't just a burial chamber. It's a curated sanctuary designed to honor someone of tremendous importance. You piece it together slowly. The woman buried here wasn't ordinary. She wasn't just wealthy or powerful. She was someone positioned at the very heart of Egypt's last royal dynasty. And then from the edge of the sarcophagus, another clue. A blackened strip of papyrus wedged between the stone floor and base, nearly lost to time. Under magnification, you spot it, etched lines. Upper text Greek, clear. But the further down you look, the stranger it becomes. Characters twist. Some look like they were purposely altered, scattered among the script hieroglyphs. This isn't common writing, this is encrypted. One name appears again, Cleopatra, alongside her titles. And then, a mystery. 3 symbols appear in the lower portion, Greek, but not from any known record. They're alien. You lean in closer. Someone deliberately hid these messages, not for ritual, not for prayer, for secrecy. You continue your search and find more. The underside of the sarcophagus lid is covered in ancient Greek, but it's coded puzzling phrases, small symbols embedded with dots and numbers, lotuses, scorpions, punctuation where there should be none. Amidst it all, one phrase is cleanly carved: "Here lies the queen daughter of gods." You spend hours copying the engravings. Photos fly to universities across Europe and America. Replies pour in. No one's seen anything like it. Then a student from Thessaloniki points out a familiar format, a code used in Alexandrian religious texts. But the logic still eludes everyone. Still, the room holds more secrets. Behind the niche with the golden artifacts, you uncover an old plaster wall. Peeling it away reveals a marble slab with another Greek inscription, 6 words oddly arranged. The secret is illuminated by the light of 2 deities. Strange. The final letters are stylized. A scorpion, a lotus. Neither belongs to classical Greek. Another code. You dig into the papyrus further. Hidden in faded ink lies a chilling phrase. Find the soul in the temple near the sun. It doesn't make sense at first. But then you remember the nearby ruins, the solar symbolism. It's not just poetic. It might be geographic. A second inscription is found near the floor, barely visible until the right angle of light strikes it. It circles a figure black stone Cleopatra's face again. The text reads, "Immortal in the house of Isis." You know this wasn't written for just anyone. To unlock the full cipher, your team pulls out one last object, a gold seal from the amulet box. Its edge is engraved with a strange set of 9 Greek letters and 2 Egyptian glyphs. When overlaid with the papyrus, it begins to make sense. A chessboard-style encryption unique to secret communications of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Now it's no longer theory. It's a fact. On the 3rd day, consensus is reached. An international team is formed, cryptographers, historians, linguists. The code must be unraveled. Some phrases finally reveal themselves. Julia's daughter is with the sun. The throne is concealed from adversaries. Eternal remembrance in the house of Magna. And then a name, hidden under magnification. Tammy, feminine form, Greek. A name associated only with royal documents tied to Cleopatra's bloodline. As debates rage back at camp, your discovery sets fire to the academic world. But deeper questions burn in your mind. Who was buried here? And why so many encryptions? Who were the messages for "you don't have all the answers"? Not yet. But you know one thing, this isn't just an archaeological breakthrough. This is a key that could unlock the final chapter in the story of Cleopatra. You've come to the edge of discovery, and now science must speak. Days after the sarcophagus was opened, the focus turns from stone to flesh, from legend to biology. Under tight security, fragments of bone and strands of hair are moved to a mobile lab set up beside the ancient walls of Taposerus Magna. The first thing the biologists notice is extraordinary. These remains are remarkably well preserved. Time seems to have shown mercy. The skull fragments are solid, the teeth intact, the femur near pristine. You watch as they scrape the bones, gently removing thick layers of resin. This isn't the ordinary mix found in other tombs. Within the glossy shell lie rare microparticles, materials unknown in most Egyptian embalming processes. Then come the teams from London and Athens arriving with protocols for DNA extraction. They take parallel samples for verification, ensuring accuracy. You know what's at stake. If these remains truly belong to Cleopatra or even a direct descendant, the implications will ripple across every corner of the historical world. A week in, and the first results arrive. The woman was around 40 to 45 years old when she died. She had strong Semitic features with Mediterranean characteristics, olive brown eyes, black hair with hints of natural chestnut. Mitochondrial DNA confirms she is without question female. But more than that, it matches markers found in several mummies housed in London, Cairo, and Berlin. The connection is undeniable. You hold your breath as a report reveals something astonishing: an extremely rare genetic mutation, one that appears only in 2 other known individuals, women who served in Alexander the Great's court. One of them was recorded under the name Tammy in official Greek registries. Then the pattern grows stronger. The DNA markers, particularly those that influence skull structure and nasal shape, match precisely with the famous depictions of Cleopatra on silver coins, on busts, on statues that have traveled across the centuries. The elongated chin, the sloped forehead, that unmistakable nasal curve. To confirm, the scientists analyze the remains of the child found in the hidden niche. Maternal genetic markers line up perfectly. A mother, a child, a direct link. But there's more. A third skeleton, partial preserved, showing a blend of Mediterranean and Middle Eastern ancestry. The profile of someone born of Greco-Egyptian nobility. Together, these bodies tell a story, not of one burial, but of a bloodline. The samples are now under 24-hour supervision. Swiss labs handle the processing in sterile tents right there at the dig site. Every step is filmed. Every artifact treated with ultrasound before analysis. By the time all data is compiled, 4 international teams, each working independently, arrive at the same conclusion. The woman entombed beneath the limestone slab belongs to the Tmic dynasty. Her DNA mirrors that of Cleopatra Seku's descendants. Isotope analysis of the teeth and hair further confirms she lived most of her life near Alexandria, feeding on a diet rich in the elite produce of the Hellenistic court. That's when the real world takes notice. Journalists descend on Cairo. The press wants answers. And the Ministry of Antiquities responds with a statement: a tomb directly related to Cleopatra has been discovered. The reaction is global. Debate erupts. You witness the divide firsthand. Some experts praise the find as the most significant archaeological revelation in a century. They hold press conferences, share digital tours, and call for a complete rewrite of Hellenistic Egyptian history. Others call for caution. They argue the Greek inscriptions might have been added later. They question the blend of burial practices. A formal complaint is even filed by the French archaeology school. Allegations fly: lack of transparency, hasty announcements, media spectacle. Now guards patrol the dig site day and night. Attempts to infiltrate the camp increase. Some pose as students, others fly drones overhead. Social media explodes with theories, some grounded in scholarship, others drifting into mysticism. Inside the camp, tensions rise. Even among your team, disagreement simmers. Some researchers hesitate to sign the final report. Others push for additional chemical analyses, especially of the gold, the pigments, the resin. A lab head in Zurich demands the samples be split among at least 4 independent labs for comparison. Meanwhile, British scientists request full documentation of how the sarcophagus was opened, demanding peer-reviewed transparency. The Ministry of Antiquities tightens control. Only certified personnel can now get within 10 feet of the tomb. Observers with cameras follow every movement. An American delegate insists on recording all photographic processes. Egypt's press secretary demands daily updates for public broadcast. Then something unexpected happens. Filmmakers arrive. Documentaries go into production. Helicopters circle overhead for cinematic shots. Networks release dramatized specials merging artifact renderings with Cleopatra's known biography. Pilgrims follow. Self-proclaimed mystics gather near the gates. Some chant. Others claim this temple was Cleopatra's sanctuary of final rites. Several are detained trying to breach the site. Online whispers of ancient curses tied to the tomb circulate. Meanwhile, laser scanners analyze every inscription. Spectroscopy tools compare ancient ink composition with known Hellenistic standards. A single researcher's doubt spreads across global forums in minutes. Inside the excavation team, a quiet fracture deepens. Junior archaeologists accuse seniors of hiding discoveries. Catherine Martinez. Your expedition lead makes a bold move. She publicly inventories every item and invites a neutral Oxford panel to inspect them. The scrutiny is constant. Tensions are high, but the work presses on. Radiocarbon dating of the papyrus and casket fragments confirm dates that align with Cleopatra's reign. The results from DNA labs in London suggest these are the remains of Hellenistic aristocracy. The name Tami, linked to royal court records, reappears in papyrus inscriptions. The final confrontation comes not underground, but at a table. A scientific council convenes in Cairo. 60 specialists, genetics, epigraphy, ancient linguistics. The Egyptian Minister of Antiquities opens the session. Then Martinez presents every document, every slide, every scan. The Swiss geneticists confirm the maternal haplogroup matches known Cleopatra lineage. A Hellenistic cipher expert decodes the papyrus, confirming a Talmudic encryption method known only to Cleopatra's inner circle. Radiocarbon experts from the US date the artifacts to the correct era. Even the golden lapis lazuli in the jewelry matches that of items previously recovered from Cleopatra's palace. Skeptics push back. A French archaeologist demands repeat testing. An Egyptian chemist emphasizes the unique resin. But the data holds. At Taposerus Magna, the work continues. A digital database is created. Every artifact tagged. Every image archived. 3D scans go public. Students crowd the Alexandria Library, digging into Cleopatra's lineage. The Smithsonian and the British Museum both announce new Cleopatra exhibits. Streaming platforms launch docu-series. For the first time in millennia, the last queen of Egypt returns to the center of the world's attention. You feel it deep in your bones. This isn't just about a tomb. It's a reckoning. Centuries of speculation collide with science. Myth meets DNA. And Cleopatra, woman, ruler, mother mystery, takes her place again not as a legend, but as fact. This discovery doesn't just change one narrative, it reshapes the story of an entire civilization. And you were there. When stone first shifted, when gold first gleamed, when history finally exhaled its truth.